From volleyballs to golf balls, the Panthers golf team has high hopes for their fall season.
And those high hopes are well warranted with a team that returns 4 juniors, 4 sophomores, along with 2 new freshmen.
After completing his first year as men's golf coach, Kellen Mast is confident with this year's team.
After seeing what we did last year, my expectations for this year are quite a bit higher. We feel like conference is in reach. Made a big jump, finished second in conference last year from 6th the previous year. So we feel that's a very attainable goal. We like to get super regionals as a team this year. We were just voted out last year. We were the first team out as far as the 8-team super regional. So we feel that getting there is a very achievable goal, and also we feel like we can get to nationals. I think we're pretty strong.
The Panthers are backing up Coach Mack's expectations for his young club.
Sophomores Thomas Hay and Andrew Funk both led the way for Drury in their 7th place finish at the Drury Invitational, shooting a 3 and 5 over respectively.
What is it about these two that makes them so dominant out there?
They have a lot of international experience. They've traveled basically the world playing. They've been to they play on the Canadian junior circuit a lot, which takes them all over Canada, South America, a couple different places. So they've been exposed to quite a bit, a little higher level of tournament play than some of the other guys have for such a young age.
Maybe I need to start playing golf in Canada.
Maybe, but it's not only the Canadian golfers that are doing well. Some of Springfield's own homegrown talent are making people watch on the course as well.
That's right. Freshmen Nathan Frederick and Nick Shepard from Glendale High School are both shooting low scores.
Nick Shepard posted a 71 on day 1 of the Triton's Invitational, hosted by Umsel, en route to a Drury 3rd place finish.
Sophomore Andrew Funk would shoot a 143 over the 2-day tournament to lead his team.
While the men's golfers are shooting low scores, don't forget about the women.
The ladies recently took 2nd place out of 15 teams at the Ray Wright Screaming Eagles Classic, hosted by Southern Indiana.
The Lady Panthers were led by Allison Rashnick and Susan Allen, each shooting a 154 over the 2-day tournament.
And don't forget about Aubrey Vaughn, who shot a 155.
But good scores on the golf course aren't all the Lady Panthers are concerned about.
Well, we have a lot of academic team goals. I'd like to be in the top 25 in the nation for golf, women's golf. They give me their academic goals. Most of them are asking for themselves to do a 3.5 or better. I have a couple that want to do a 4.0 as an academic goal, and I can't ask for more than that. That's just fabulous for them to be setting them that high.
We now take you from the course to the courts, the tennis courts.
Usually thought of as a spring sport, both Drury tennis teams recently competed in the ITA Midwest Regional.
Both teams are respectively led by their top seniors Nahum Sareki-Baran and Christy Treeboy.
But in this tournament, it was Antonio Garcia Santos who put on a show for Coach Bustani's team.
Garcia, the 5th seed in both singles and doubles with his partner Alex Kakamakis, advanced to the finals in both events where he finished 2nd in both as well.
For the women, Christy Treeboy and partner Chandra Kaposi advanced to the doubles finals before coming up short.
Treeboy also took 2nd place in women's singles.
Still to come on DU Sports.
A leader emerges for the revived Central Bulldogs football program.
And Drury Radio is back up and running in full force on Friday nights.
Hands it off up the middle. Schapitzel across the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Schapitzel is gone. 30, 20, 10. See you later, Caleb Schapitzel into the end zone.
Drury baseball is already preparing for the upcoming season in 2 certainly different ways.
And since this is Missouri, it wouldn't be fall without hunting.
But like the baseball team, these hunters also have their different methods.
Stay tuned. DU Sports will be right back after a quick break.
The Central Bulldog football team is taking anything it can get this year.
But you probably would too if you were coming off a winless season.
Kind of like your Cubbies drought in the World Series, right? But this year the Bulldogs are showing their improvements on the field under new coach Ozzie Riley.
And perhaps the biggest reason for the success they've had so far this year is because of the young man under center.
You know, he was one of those guys that can make things happen.
My name's Scotty Hutchinson.
Let's go, baby!
Quarterback. Central High School Bulldogs.
You may not know the name. But Scotty Hutchinson may be one of Springfield's most dynamic athletes.
I think that's one of the things that that makes him so good. is that he's got a good arm and he's got a strong arm and he can throw a good pass. But when he gets in trouble, he can just use his feet to take over.
Hutchinson likens his style of play to another quarterback wearing number 5.
My favorite player is D-Nab, so I like to follow behind Donovan McNabb. Just a run and a passer. I just like to run when I'm in trouble. Helps you out.
His ability to run comes in pretty handy. He's also one of the team's best defensive players and returners.
He's a great defensive back, one of the better defensive backs on the team because he does have quickness, he's got speed. Scotty's got tremendous speed. He ran on our relay team last year.
Hutchinson also plays basketball, making him a triathlete. But it's football which he considers his best sport, and it's football that he's been playing for over 12 years, something he thinks will make a difference on this team.
I want to consider myself the leader of the team just because they need somebody to look up to and somebody to help lead them and somebody to blame, I guess, when we lose.
Over the past 2 years since arriving on the job, head coach Ozzie Riley has seen the development in his quarterback and his progression into a leader. That's why he puts so much pressure on him.
Yeah, and I'm really tough on him. I'm tough on him, and I get on him all the time. You come to our game, you see me up in his face all the time because I know if Scotty plays well, his team plays well. And and it should be that way because he's a trigger man.
And as the trigger man, Hutchinson said he'll do everything he can to keep making the big plays. But there's another side of Hutchinson, very different from the athlete. And it hasn't always been so easy.
Well, now it's just like me and my grandma.
Before the season started, Hutchinson suffered a loss bigger than any he ever will on the field.
The grandfather died this probably, I want to say about 3 months ago, right before we got into the season. And, I know it was tough on Scotty. And, it's just one of those things that, as a kid, it's always tough to lose a loved one.
But through it all, Hutchinson has continued to do one thing: smile.
I can tell you know how hard this life can be, but you keep on smiling for me.
Just having fun with kids, and sometimes this is a tough game. And if you can't have fun and laugh every now and then, it just makes it that much tougher.
This season, Hutchinson is only a junior, meaning that next year he will continue to smile and make big plays. As the Central Bulldogs trigger man.
Hutchinson is currently being looked at by several 1AA schools.
Central isn't the only place in town we've been covering lately, though.
For the past few weeks, we've been packing up and heading out to a different game every Friday night.
That's right. Drury's internet radio station, KDRU, is bringing you the live play-by-play of high school football right here in the Ozarks.
We've been at key games like Glendale Kickapoo and Stratford Fair Grove, just to name a few.
Here's a look at what we've been up to lately.
It is 31-0. Glendale Deers on 4th down and 5. Pass to the end zone for Adams, but he couldn't catch it. In and out of his hands, and another turnover on downs for Kickapoo. Drops back to pass. He looks to the near side. He will throw it deep. He's got Binns there. 10. He makes the catch, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Glendale.
What do you know about Ozark coming in? Well, they're a very good team. They've got some really good players. They're extremely well coached, so it's going to be a big challenge for us.
Knuckles out of the shotgun. He's got Perryman as his man back with him. He sends right in motion from right to left, and he hands off to him. Right, looks for him. He cuts inside at the 50, dives across the 45 for a first down to the 42-yard line of the Falcons. Deers drops back, rolls right, he will look, now being flushed out of the pocket. He runs, throwing on the run for the end zone. Evan King, did he catch it? No, he had one hand on the ball, but he just certainly couldn't bring it in. Here's Redmond. A pitch is going to be fumbled. In the backfield, Jacob Kinney will dive and come up with it.